Peace. What's the word, everybody? Give everybody a chance to tap in with the kid before I start building on the subject matter for the day. Got about 45 minutes to elaborate on today's topic. So I'm going to give everybody about a minute or two to populate the chat before I start building. So what's the word? Let me know how y'all feeling on this wonderful Friday. Hopefully everybody is peaceful, centered, balanced, healthy, all that good stuff, man. Trying to maintain a positive attitude in this chaotic world that we live in. So hopefully everybody is doing good. So talk to me, man. Let me know how y'all living, how y'all feeling, how y'all holding up, how y'all maintaining all that good stuff. What's the word? Because we got to go in. We got to pick up where we left off yesterday, part 2. You know what I'm saying? So I hope y'all didn't forget what I discussed yesterday, because I'm going to tap back into some of those things, man. Montel, peace. What's the word? How you living, man? How you feeling, my brother? Seville, peace. What's happening? What's the word? How you living? How you feeling? How y'all holding up on this Friday? Montel, man, everything is peace my way. Everything is good. Just maintaining, focused on elevation and all that good stuff. Mo Ease, most definitely. Van Glorious. Most definitely. Shout out to X Clan. That's where I first heard that. Van Glorious. Most definitely. Nick, peace. What's happening? You say busy weekend ahead, but it's all peaceful. Oh, you already know. We always stay busy, but busy is good on this end, man, because that means business is booming. That means business is good. So we like to stay busy. We like to stay busy. Clocks in. There you go. Get that workout in. You already know. Cultivator of sports. That's all you can do. That's all you can be. Mindset of an introvert. What's happening, man? Everything is good my way. Everything is peaceful my way. We all good. Like, focused on elevation, just striving to maintain righteousness in this world filled with the savages, the deaf, dumb, and blind. You know what I'm saying? We trying to remain ourselves, stay true to ourselves in this fake world. You know what I'm saying? Full of frauds. It's crazy because being yourself is a taboo in the world that we live in today. Because again, like I said, a lot of frauds, a lot of fraudulent individuals, a lot of fraudulent energy possessed by the people these days. So to remain true to yourself and to be yourself is actually a taboo. It's actually abnormal these days. So shout out to all the people that's remaining true to themselves. Shout out to all of you all, man. It's remaining true to yourself out here, man. And you're not selling out. You're not putting on the front. You're not being fraudulent and all that nonsense. So shout out to y'all. Seville, there we go. Trucking and living that plant-based life. It's a lot of truckers that say it's hard to do that. But there you go, man. You the testimony. You know what I'm saying? Trucking and living that plant-based life. That's how we got to do it. Plant-based. Plant-based is more than what you eat. Is also a mentality too. You know what I'm saying? You got to have them plant-based organic thoughts to go along with the plant-based organic foods that one consumes. So it's a whole way of life, man. It's internal and it's external. So again, a lot of people just think plant-based. They just think of foods to eat, vegetables, fruits, and things along those lines. Got to have them plant-based thoughts as well too, man. Them organic thoughts, them natural thoughts. Can't have those processed thoughts, man. A processed mind, you already know what that's going to give birth to. Processed reality, a grafted reality. And you don't want to live that grafted or processed reality, because that's going to give somebody else the power to control your reality. That's one of the ways that they control us, through the food, give us the processed food. And now that creates a processed mind, and they're able to process that mind and control that mind. So when they're able to process the mind, they're able to control it. You know what I'm saying? So we don't want to live that processed reality. We don't want to live it. Seville, there it is. It's all about discipline. You know what I'm saying? It's all about discipline. Black social media for sure. And I'm getting tired of it, man. You know what I'm saying? Lauryn Hill say wisdom is better than silver and gold. You know what I'm saying? That's something that preceded Lauryn Hill saying it, but a lot of people remember that Lauryn Hill line when Lauryn Hill said it. But wisdom is better than silver and gold, man. People be sleeping on wisdom. People sleep on knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. See, people sleep on that because when you get the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, it may not bring you instant results. So that's why a lot of people sleep on the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You know what I'm saying? Because it's on you. Once you get the knowledge, you got to turn it to wisdom. And that's what gives birth to the understanding. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to you to put that knowledge into motion. That's why a lot of people sleep on that knowledge, because you got to turn it to wisdom. You got to put it into motion. People don't want to do that. People want somebody to push them. You know what I'm saying? People want the instant gratification, like we've talked about, the microwave society. So people don't want to put in the work. It's like cooking versus getting something and putting it in a microwave. You know what I'm saying? One way is overly detrimental to your health, and another way is completely healthy. But when you lazy, you're gonna opt for the way that's gonna destroy you. You're gonna opt for the way that's gonna destroy you. Same with this knowledge, wisdom, and this understanding, man. A lot of people are not in certain positions or they're not changing their circumstances because they're too lazy. They'd rather somebody tell them which direction to go instead of them figuring out which direction they need to go. They just want somebody to tell them. And when you listen, when you leave it up to somebody else to direct and guide you, they are going to do just that. They are going to direct and guide you in the direction that they feel is best for you, not necessarily the direction that is best for you. So we got to stop leaving that type of stuff up for other people to do, because they're going to guide us in the direction that they feel suits us the best. And that may not be the direction that you need to be traveling down, man. That may not be the direction that you need to be headed towards. A lot of people don't understand that, but we keep giving that power to people because we lazy. We lazy. So we want people to tell us what to do, not how to do it. And that's part of the problem. That is part of the big time problem, man. Like they talk about with the fishing all the time, can lead you to the lake, man. But listen, you got to catch them fish yourself. You got to learn how to catch the fish, because if I keep catching the fish for you, then when I'm not present, then what you going to do for food? You know what I'm saying? If I'm growing the food for you, once I'm gone and not able to grow the food for you, then what are you going to do? So you got to learn how to do these things for yourself. You can't always be dependent upon other people, because when those people are not around, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Or E reacts for sure. And it's like a vice versa. So your foods can affect your mood and your mood can affect your food. It's crazy how that works. It's crazy how that works. So it works both ways. And I'm going to tell you how it works both ways in regards to foods affecting the mood and mood affecting the food. So the way foods can affect the mood is what I was just talking about. When you eat the processed foods, that can create a processed mind. Now, if you got a lot of unresolved traumas, unresolved conflicts and things along those lines, then this is when your mood can affect your food, which is why they tell you don't eat when you're stressed out. So if you have a mind that's all corrupt and you have just negative energy that you're not releasing, then even if you so-called eating a healthy diet, then that negative mood can impact the healthy foods that you are consuming. So you're not getting all the nutrients from the healthy foods that you are consuming because you have a negative mindset, you have a negative mentality or a negative attitude. So that's one of the reasons why they tell you do not eat while you're stressed. Don't eat while watching the news. Don't eat while watching a destructive movie, things that you cannot handle. Don't eat while you're doing that, because that can impact the quality of the food that you are consuming. So food can affect the mood and mood can affect the food. That's how that works. You know what I'm saying? So keep your mind right. 30 below, peace. What's the word? What's happening? But just piggybacking off of what I was talking about yesterday, man. Y'all saw my video yesterday when I was telling Jada Pinkett to please just shut up, basically. And it's crazy because a lot of people got into their feelings and whatnot when I was talking about it. A lot of people got emotional when I kind of made that statement and told her to shut up. And then a lot of people wanted to act like, oh, you must didn't watch the video and things along those lines. She didn't say anything that's bad. People must didn't watch my video because I'm basically just saying she needs to be quiet. She needs to be quiet. I don't care if she was speaking in general terms. It's like she could just be quiet when it comes to things about her marriage and relationship, because she's already in kind of like hot water when it comes to that topic. So some things, man, it's just like, all right, maybe it's time for you to be quiet when talking about these situations. And then a lot of people was like, oh man, she sparked sparked conversation, some things that we need to talk about. And then I read an article. It was an article on YouTube that talked about we ought to be congratulating Jada Pinkett and what's the lady name that was doing the interview, Paltrow or something like that, whatever her name was. We need to be congratulating the both of them. And this is why the article said we need to congratulate Jada Pinkett and Paltrow, whatever her name is, the lady that was conducting the red table talk or whatever the case may be. We need to congratulate them both simply because they openly talked about sex in regards to relationships and marriages. And this article proceeded to say, because normally that topic is a taboo and it's rarely discussed. So basically that article was saying, since talking about sex in reference to your relationship and your marriage is something that's a taboo and rarely discussed, they saying that as if that's a problem. That's how they used to roll back in the day. Why is it a problem if married individuals or people in relationships don't want to discuss their sex life in public. Why is that a problem? Why is it because that's rarely discussed or a taboo that something is wrong with that? Like that's how it used to be. You know what I'm saying? When you have in situations like that, or if you having problems with in regards to sex, in reference to your relationship or your marriage, man, it's best to keep certain things in private. Even if you're not having a problem, simply you having that discussion can lead people to think that you have a problem. So some things you just need not touch on, and that's okay. That's okay. You could skip over talking about something. You could say, well, I don't have any comments on that at this moment. You don't have to talk about everything. That's what I was referring to, man. It's like sometimes people just need to be quiet. Just talking too much and revealing too much. Air view peace, what's the word? OG. And that's what I'm saying, man. Just be quiet. It's not a problem for certain things to remain private. You know what I'm saying? It's not a problem for certain things to be a taboo. That's what's wrong with the world. We feel like everybody has to know everything. And when you tell a person that they need to be quiet because they talking too much about certain things that need to be kept in the dark or stay in private, it's like people looking at you like you crazy. They looking at you like you crazy. Listen, who out here is about to like this? This what I'm people be listen, we romanticize things like this, man. When people was talking about, oh man, Jada, she sparked hot debate. Who is significantly about to change their life because of what Jada Pinkett said? Whose life is about to drastically change because of what she said, what she talked about? Come on, man, let's stop lying. All we're gonna do for the most part is gossip about what she said. Nobody is gonna take what she said since it sparked a debate or sparked conversations that need to be had. Nobody is going to have these conversations. And if they have the conversations, they are not about to act on what they learn in the conversation. So stop with that nonsense. Stop making it seem like she opened up a can of worms and this is about to drastically change the lives of a bunch of married people and a bunch of people in relationships. Stop playing, man. That's not what's about to happen. We just merely about to gossip about it. That's what we about to do. That's what we are about to do. Have those type of conversations with your partner. When it comes to sex, have those conversations with your partner. Like, again, that's what needs to be done, man. Again, they've already, listen, back in the day, they made us, black people, appear as if we are overly sex-driven creatures. And we almost show and prove that reality on a day-to-day basis. We get on these platforms, and that's the type of stuff that we want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, listen, back in the day, I wish I had the book right in front of me. But that's how they used to view us. And they use their science to back it up. They're like, we sex freaks, basically. You know what I'm saying? And we get on platforms. And when we get on platforms, and this is what we're talking about, we trying to show and prove that theory to be correct. And they sitting back like, see, I told you. We tried to tell you. We tried to told you. This is how they used to view us back in the day. That we overly sexualize, and that's pretty much all we focused on, and that's pretty much all we like. Listen, this was the common belief back in the day about black people. I don't know if y'all know that. It ain't anything to believe because this is an actual fact. That's how we were viewed. Overly sexualized creatures like that. We couldn't control that part of us. We couldn't control that nature of us. And we get on platforms and this type of stuff that we talking about, and you almost start to say, well, dag, is that correct? Is that true? But that used to be the common belief about black people back in the day. And I'm talking about back in the slave days. We were overly sexualized and we could not control that part of ourselves. Like we were driven by sex, those sexual instincts. We could not control that. That's how they viewed us back in the day. And they was trying to use their science to justify that. And that was one of the reasons or one of the ways they used to justify enslaving us. Like this is what they were doing. This is what they were talking about. Then we get on platforms and we discuss this type of stuff. That's what we own. That's what we do. That's what we do. We got to understand how we looking. You know what I'm saying? We got to look at the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? We got to look at the macro picture. Like that's what we got to do when we start opening our mouths, man, to talk about certain things. We got to understand how this is looking in the grand scheme of things. And a lot of times people are not doing that, man. People are not doing that. Best believe these people, best believe the enemy, best believe they taking notes. They paying attention to what we do. They pay attention to what we say on these platforms to try to show and prove, or not show and prove, but collect evidence. They collecting evidence, man. They collecting evidence. Black social media for sure. That's definitely a good analogy. Definitely a good analogy, man. Again, you never go grocery shopping while you hungry. You know what I'm saying? You learn that as a youngin. You never do that. You know what I'm saying? You go in there with a list. You go in there with a plan. A lot of people don't have that plan. They just go in there when they hungry. And again, that's how you make bad decisions, because you about to fall victim to your cravings and desires when you go grocery shopping while hungry. Gonna fall victim to all those cravings and desires, and that's not the way to roll. And that's the way we tend to live. OG for sure, 100%. King J. Most definitely. I ain't congratulating anybody, because that didn't open up any type of conversation for me, because that's not the type of conversation you need to be having in the public's eye. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. Ataka, for sure. You already know. Like certain things, man, just discuss it amongst your family. Discuss it amongst the fam, man. Discuss it amongst the fam. Like we got enough issues out here that we are dealing with. Enough issues. That's why I say we talk a lot. Black people talk a lot about the wrong things. We got a lot of issues out here, man. We got a lot of things that need to be discussed, but it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy when we get out here and we talk about sex, then everybody is like, cool. You know what I'm saying? She just expressing herself, and she sparked debate. She sparked conversations that need to be had. But y'all already know where I'm about to go with it. Y'all already know. If I talk about that V word, then everybody just gonna tell me to be quiet, that I need not open my mouth about that. If I talk about black people and their trash eating habits, people gonna start hitting me with the they gonna die anyway. They not ready to have that conversation. If I start talking about how we still pretty much oppressed and how we got a long way to go to free ourselves mentally and physically, people gonna start talking about they don't want to hear that nonsense. I need to stop talking about that. If I start talking about the government and the way the government is still killing us off, then people gonna tell me to be quiet. I should not be talking about that. But we could talk about sex though. That's cool. That's cool. But when we start discussing real serious matters as black people, now you want to tell people that they need to be quiet or to each its own. Like we want to start talking about that. But when we start talking about sex, then, oh, that's sparking debate. That's sparking conversations that need to be had. Man, our health is at stake. If I mention the V word, now you want to tell me to each its own, but you don't want that don't spark debate. That don't spark conversations that need to be had. And our health is at stake. You know what I'm saying? They literally striving to kill us long term, and y'all not even knowing it. But if I start talking about that, oh, that's not a conversation that needs to be had. But let me say something about sex in reference to relationships and marriage now. All those conversations that need to be had now. That spark conversation. Stop playing with me, man. We got bigger fish to fry out here, man. Y'all don't know what's going on out here, obviously. Blind to a lot of reality, man. Blind to a lot of reality. And they use these entertainers to make y'all blind, to distract y'all. And we fall for it every time. We fall for it every time. UKO, you already know. Just peace, what's happening? FS, peace, what's the word? Ataka, exactly. And they sitting back laughing, you know what I'm saying? Because they part of the agenda, they part of pushing that propaganda. You know what I'm saying? So they love it when we fall right into their hands with it. They sitting back clapping, like, look at them, overly sexualized, just like our science said back in the day. Overly sexualized, they showing and proving. We collecting the data, we collecting the evidence, we gonna use all this against them. Come on now. Just, man, and that's crazy. That's crazy. Infinite Divinity. That WAP song missed me off like at the yeah, that's it. Man, listen, don't even get me started on that song, because again, once that song was made, then again, like I said, a lot of people was coming that do all these men that make the music, this, that, and the third. Like, come on, man. Like I'm weaning myself off of that music. Been doing that for a long time. You know what I'm saying? I'm 80-90% conscious music. I'm 80-90% music with a message. Or I listen to some jazz or something. Like, that's where I'm at this stage in the game. You know what I'm saying? All that nonsense music, I had my fun with that music back in the day, man. You get to a certain age, just like, dude, that music no longer serves a purpose. It didn't even serve a purpose back then. But again, I was caught up in the madness. Once I started to get knowledge of myself, certain songs and music wasn't hitting right. I was like, nope, can't listen to that anymore. It goes against my morals and principles. You know what I'm saying? So I'm 80-90% of music that lines up with my morals and principles. So when y'all start saying, oh man, y'all men listen to the music, that no, we don't. I don't listen to dudes when they put that out like that, man. On you know what I'm saying, on a consistent basis. Don't do it. I don't do it. I'm going to listen to this conscious music. And then when we try to put them on the conscious music, once again, they don't want to have that conversation. They don't even want to entertain it. So again, we talk a lot about the wrong things. We talk a lot about the wrong things. Antoinette, peace queen, what's happening? Orlando, peace, what's the word? Okay, what you say? I'm stopping by to let guys know tomorrow the arcade business dropping on my. First of all, happy early born day, Orlando, and let's get it, man. Let's get it. That's the type of stuff that we need to be highlighting and talking about. Antonio, my brother, peace, what's happening? Just they let everything slide but the righteous stuff. You know what I'm saying? Create strategy, peace. No labels, peace, what's happening? FS for sure, man. I could do that in the near future. You know what I'm saying? Definitely could work on that. Just in peace, what's happening? So again, black people, we talk a lot about the wrong things because when it's time to have serious discussions, a lot of black people, they cannot have these discussions. But when it's time to talk about stuff that, for one, you should be discussing in private, now they ready to get it. They ready to spill all the tea. That's all we be after. We be ready to get all the tea. Forget all of that nonsense. Like I said, man, we got a government. We got a government, and there's somebody that's controlling the government that's called the unseen hand. They got a whole agenda, man. They got a whole agenda to destroy a lot of us, and they putting this plan into motion. We need to be discussing that. We need to be trying to figure out what it is, how they about to come at us. They got a lot of different ways they can come at. They using the weather as a weapon. Like we not even understanding that. We not even doing the knowledge to that. They using the weather as a weapon. But no, that's a conspiracy theory. We don't want to discuss that. Again, we already know they're using food as a weapon, but they using the weather as a weapon. Some of these natural disasters ain't so natural. They cause them. But we don't want to discuss that, though. That's not sparking any conversation. We would rather talk about sex. We would rather talk about what goes on in the bedroom amongst people that we will never meet. That's what we would rather talk about. But when somebody is going to talk about something that affects us all, we don't want to talk about that. When we start, like I said, when I start talking about the food, when I start talking about the chemicals in the air, all of that, man. You know what I'm saying? They tampering with time. Like, this is how wicked they getting right now. They tampering with time right in front of our faces. They are tampering with time. They said it's no longer about to be 60 seconds in a minute. They changing that. They gonna change that. And we just sitting back like that. We just gonna let that happen. Next thing you know, our days gonna be moving a lot faster than they already are. If y'all have not noticed, within like the last 10 to 15 years, time has been accelerating, meaning time has been moving faster. That's because they tampering with time. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. It seemed like back in like the late 90s, mid 90s, time was moving a lot slower. Now time really is moving fast. This is something that's literally happened. We think, man, life just moved fast. You blink, no, like time is literally, like they are shortening time. That's literally what they're doing. They are shortening time. Like they are literally actually doing this, man. This is literally what they're doing. So time is literally moving faster than it was years ago. This is the type of stuff that they're doing. But when we had these discussions, then nobody wants to talk about that. Again, y'all rather get the gossip. Y'all would rather get some tea that ain't doing anything to improve the quality of your life. You know what I'm saying? We got to understand. We got to expose the agendas that they have out here for us, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all would rather go get jabbed up and ask no questions and just say you might as well get it and don't want to have a discussion as to why you shouldn't get it. You know what I'm saying? And what they are injecting in you. We don't want to have those type of conversations. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to have conversations about building natural immunity and things along those lines. Man, it's so much. Listen, they bombarded us when it comes to this whole plan. When it came to this pandemic, they bombarded us. Didn't give people enough time to do any type of research, because if you give people time to do some research, they're going to uncover the truth. So they hit us with this stuff quick, fast. And I'm telling you, when a lot of people who got jabbed up, when they sit back and they start doing the knowledge to what actually happened and what they did, they're going to realize the mistake that they made. I'm telling y'all, the book I just read, amongst other books that I have about this, man, it lets you know the long-term ramifications that come behind a lot of that nonsense, man, getting jabbed up. So it's long-term ramifications. Some people are going to get wiped out instantly, but it's going to affect a lot of people in the long term. And again, people ain't knowing that because they bombarded us with it. They didn't give you time to do research. They deleted and banned all the people that was trying to show you the other side. See, these are the type of conversations that we need to be having, but we're afraid. Again, black people talk a lot about what? The wrong things. No labels for sure. Man, that dollar bill is coded with all type of symbolism. You know what I'm saying? That's letting you know what's happening. And you with Coeptus and all of that, man. Like the whole dollar bill is just coded. You know what I'm saying? Coded with all symbolism. That's a whole other video though. Attacker for sure, 100%. You know what I'm saying? They been using, like, we think HAARP is something that's recent. They've been using the weather as a weapon of mass destruction. Been doing it. But nothing is new under the sun. Nothing is new under the sun. Nothing is new under the sun. But again, we talk a lot about the wrong things. Guarantee you, just go to a function. Go to a function amongst the masses of Black people and just see what the conversation is going to revolve around and see how you fit into the mix. When I'm out in the public, 9 times out of 10, man, people are talking about some nonsense that I don't even care about. Now, it's cool to have these little conversations every once in a while, but we have these conversations quite often, 90 to 95% of the time. We don't want to have those serious conversations. How do I know? Because I'm that serious conversation guy, and I get accused of being too serious. When people see me coming, they want to close their mouths. They don't want to talk about certain things because they know how I'm gonna get. So they'd rather just talk about a bunch of nonsense. So I know people don't want to have serious conversations. People don't want to have serious conversations. It's messed up, man, because I'm not able. Listen, I'm halfway not able to be myself when I go out amongst people because I'm not able to have serious conversations because people don't want to get too deep with it. And then it's crazy. You may allow a person to vent, get some things off their chest, but then when it's time for you to talk, when you start getting deep with it, coming from that different perspective, then they want to try to shut the conversation down, or it's time for them to go. So they want to get things off their chest. They want to push their perspective on you, but then when it's time for you to reciprocate that energy, they like, nah, you know what I'm saying? This conversation got to go because you saying something that goes against their status quo, goes against their perspective. They can't handle that. I done been there, done that. It's only a select few who are open and willing to listen to you when you coming from a different angle. Whole while you just let them talk and get their angle off their chest and you don't even agree with it. But when it's time for you to do the same, they don't want to allow you the time to talk about what it is that you want to talk about. Jeff Peach, what's the word? Bunch of nonsense, man. Like I said, when it's time to get all deep into the trenches when it comes to information, when it comes to what needs to be discussed, we don't want to do it. We only want to have those conversations when it happens on the news. You know what I'm saying? When the cops kill us, then now we want to have these conversations. Listen, when it was Joe Biden versus Donald Trump for the selection process, then that's when everybody want to talk politics. That's when everybody all of a sudden is well educated in politics in the government, and Democrats and Republicans, when they all the same thing. But that's when everybody is a political scientist at that point. But then once they select who they want to select, now nobody wants to talk about that anymore. You know what I'm saying? I talk about this stuff 24/7, 365. You know what I'm saying? But then people turn into experts when it's time to select. So that's every 4 years. So everybody want to talk about the politics when they tell them it's time to talk about it. That's how we move. That's how we move. Everybody was a political scientist and expert when it was time to select. Oh, I voted. Like now everybody is an expert on Democrats, Republicans, and politics and the government. Now, when that process is over with, now nobody wants to have that discussion. Nobody wants to talk about how Joe Biden ain't did nothing. And the world, matter of fact, things are getting worse, actually. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to discuss that now because that process is over. You know what I'm saying? Y'all made Donald Trump the boogeyman, but now nobody wants to talk about how Joe ain't did nothing, how nobody's life is improving under Joe and Kamala. You know what I'm saying? We were so happy. Oh, black women, listen, no, nobody's life. Who has improved their life drastically because of something that Joe Biden and Kamala did? Nobody. Stop playing with us. Matter of fact, the only thing that happened is they didn't made y'all get this jab. They didn't put this pressure on y'all to get the jab. That's about all that can happen. But when it's time to have that discussion, oh, you take things too serious, and you know what I'm saying, you need to learn how to have fun. Well, y'all was taking this stuff seriously when it was time to select somebody. Keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. Justin, happens all the time. Happens all the time. Akuma, you say if you ask me a question I'm not interested in, I choose silence. Hey, for the most part, yes, sir. That's what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? But it's when people start trying to push their perspective, then that's when it's like, all right, cool. Now I'm finna have to respond to you because I'm not gonna let you talk and I'm not able to say anything. Nope, not happening. No, sir. You're gonna allow me to get something off my chest. If I allow you to vent, if I allow you to build, you owe me that same respect. It's time to let me build. Let me get what I need to get off my chest. Let me get it off my chest. Tumbo, peace. What's happening? Khalil, my brother, peace. What's the word? Yeah, that Howard situation is crazy. Look at that. You know what I'm saying? HBCU. And I got my own opinions on HBCUs in general. You know what I'm saying? But just the living condition. I train a lady whose daughter attends Howard, and she just went over there for the weekend. She was like, it's one thing to read about it, you know what I'm saying, but it's another thing to go experience it. How they was living in tents and things like that, man, and all that money going towards room and boards, and they having mold and all that type of stuff on the camp. Who helping them out? Who helping them out? Where is Joe Biden them at for that? Where they at for that? Where Kamala and them at for that? I'm talking about the Howard situation. Listen, the Howard living situation, based off of the information that was given to me by somebody who just went there to visit their daughter, she said it's crazy. And she said the meetings that they be having are pretty much trash. Trash. It's like no progress is being made. But y'all is happy that Kamala was in. Y'all, oh, Kamala this, Kamala this. So first black woman this. What is she doing for black people? Where is she at for this Howard situation? Where's she at? Where's she at? Somebody tell me where she at, man. Because I done got some information that can travel back to me firsthand from that Howard situation. And it's not a good situation. If y'all don't know what's going on with that situation, it's not pleasant. They got them kids. I'm talking about these kids paying for school. When you pay tuition, room and board is something that's supposed to be included. Where is that money going? If y'all can't tend to these situations, man, I'm telling y'all, man, the information that I was given by a person that's connected to that situation is crazy. All the money, like I'm telling y'all, the money that they said Howard is sitting on, and they won't even tap into some of that money in regards to an endowment fund, money that they could tap into to fix this situation that they not tapping into is crazy. And then again, what you paying for when you pay for room and board? Got them living in tents out here. Stop playing, man. That situation is crazy. But where they at? Where the people at? Like where it's at. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of stuff that we need to be shedding light on. That's what we need to be shedding light on, man. Them poor kids at Howard. Yeah, them poor kids at Howard, man. It's a messed up situation. It's a messed up situation. John Ram, man. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where that bill is at. That bit, and again, that bill is not gonna come. It's not gonna come. And brother, for sure. And that's what I'm saying. Like she should be on it. I mean, she should be pouncing upon it, man. Like she should be right on top of that situation. But she not. Justin, yeah, I heard about that, man. That's the world we live in. That's the world we live in. Yeah, Justin, that's what I saw that. I saw that. Withholding the food from the students. Again, you pay for this type of stuff now. You pay for room and board. You know what I'm saying? You pay to eat. Like this is stuff that's included in one's tuition. Like you pay for a meal plan. Like when I went to college, it was a meal plan. You got room and board, like stuff like that's what you paid for. What are they doing with that money? What are they doing? So that's what we need to be talking about, man. Somebody, hey, freedom kids at Howard, man. They just trying to get their education, what y'all encouraging them to do. And they people's paying this money for room and board and for all that type of stuff, and they can't even get rid of the mold. They can't even get rid of the mold, yo. This problem should not be lasting this long. This problem should not be lasting this long, man. But again, what is the title of this? Black people talk a lot about the wrong things. Because when I start talking about this, nobody wants to discuss it. Oh, you too serious and you this, that, and the third. You need to calm down. You know what I'm saying? You always taking everything too seriously. All of that. But if I sit here and talk about sex all day, everybody tapped in. Why? Because sex sells. You know what I'm saying? But again, y'all think when people talk about this type of stuff, they don't have an agenda. The number one rule in marketing, well, one of the rules in marketing, one of the first things you learn, sex sells. So when people get on these platforms and start talking about sex and they are entertainers, they know. They not stupid. They know that sells. They know that generates attention. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? That's why they choose that to talk about. Sex sells. Sex sells. Matter of fact, we can pull up, you know what I'm saying? Listen, y'all know what we gonna do. Y'all know how we get down. We can pull up what Justin is talking about. We can pull that up. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Florida school board member under fire for field trip to known gay bar. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. We taking kids on field trips to gay bars. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what we doing now. That's cool. I guarantee you, we criticize that, then people gonna say, "Oh, you're homophobic." That's what people gonna say. You're homophobic. They should be able to go to gay bars. They should be able to have a field trip to gay bars. That you homophobic. You homophobic this. You homophobic that. Nothing is wrong with that. Cool. See, this is the type of stuff that we on right now. This is the type of stuff that we on right now. Taking field trips to the gay bars, but there is no agenda out here though. There's no agenda out here. Why are we going on field trips to any bar? You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna take them to a heterosexual bar. You don't take them to a gay bar. Like you just go. Listen. We go to field trips to the science museums or something like that. We don't go to field trips to gay bars. We don't go to field trips to any type of bar. It's not a place for a child. But that's where they going on field trips. That's cool though. That's cool. Yeah, talking man. Hey, man, listen, man. White people are loaded when it comes to guns, when it comes to weapons. They be at these gun shows, man. I'm telling you, tap in. Like I say, we out here twerking and we doing TikTok challenges that don't even be making sense half the time. Infinite Divinity, exactly. You know what I'm saying? We ain't go to no strip clubs. We didn't go to any of that. So now they taking them to get, like, what is the point of taking kids to a gay bar? What is the point? And I guarantee you, if I were to criticize it, then people gonna be like, "Oh, you didn't read the article. It was harm." First of all, listen, I don't care if they step foot in that bar for 1 second and then left. They're not supposed to be going to this type of bar, man. Just like y'all want to say, listen, just like people want to say, well, Lil Nas X, he don't make music. His music is not for the kids. First of all, that's stupid. But they was like, oh, he don't make music for the kids, so your kids shouldn't be listening to it. Well, there we go. Gay bars or no bar in general is for kids. So there should be no kids entering these bars. I don't care if it's for a split second. They should not be walking into any of these bars. Point blank, period. Keep the same energy, people. Black Nitro, peace, what's happening? Infinite Divinity might as well have took us now. They might as well have taken us. You know what I'm saying? They out here doing this, and I guarantee they're going to justify it. Like, nah, that's ridiculous. Yeah, Joshua, anything. You know what I'm saying? If it stimulates the mind, it gets called boring. And that's programming. Because again, Black people, we have been programmed to view education as something that's boring. That's how they programmed us, because they taught us all these lies and this fabricated history for so long. Like now we view the stuff as boring. We don't view anything. We don't view it as important. Like we don't view it as effective. Like we don't want We don't want to be educated because we've been lied to for so long. We have been we were institutionalized in the school system that drained us with these boring textbooks and things along those lines. So we didn't already been programmed to believe that anything that's educational is boring because we connected to school. You know what I'm saying? And that's the wrong thing to do. Learning the truth about your ancestors, learning the truth about yourself, learning the truth about the universe in general. I'm talking about the actual truth. It's very entertaining. It's very exciting. It's very fun, fundamental, as we say, fun for the mental. Like it's all of that, electrifying, whatever word you want to use. It's all of that. It's all of that. Learning the truth is very fascinating. And a lot of times when you start talking about certain truths, a lot of people be like, man, I don't want to learn about that. It's depression. No, it's not depressing. It's only depressing when you get this information and you don't do anything with it. So when you learn about what the government is planning to do, then now you know what to look out for. You know how not to get caught up in the okie doke. So that's not depressing to me. I'd rather have the knowledge. It's certain people that literally they don't want to know things because they feel like it makes them depressed. So they'd rather be left in the dark when it comes to certain things in regards to the agenda and what the government has planned for us. No, I'd rather have the knowledge. Give me the knowledge so I can see what it is, so I can peep the signs. And when I peep the signs, I'm able to alter the way that I move. So I don't get caught up in all the madness and nonsense. So I want to know the signs. I want to know what they planning. I want to know what they plotting. I want to know how they strategizing. I need to know. So when things pop off, I know where to go. I know how to move. If I'm caught in the dark, then they finna catch me off guard. So I'm not able to save myself and my family because I wasn't prepared, because I didn't know how to peep the signs. Because again, the signs are always going to be right there in your face when things are about to pop off. But if you left in the dark, you're not going to be able to detect and decipher the signs. So it's going to catch you off guard and you're going to be the first one to go. You're going to be the first one to go. You're gonna be the first one to go. No labels X. I'm gonna tap in, but that's how they viewed us. That's why they used to have us fighting and all of that type of stuff in front of the white folks. They ain't even gonna call them slave masters no more. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't master of nothing. You know what I'm saying? But when we used to fight in front of them, you know what I'm saying, the people that enslaved us, you know what I'm saying? They used to have us fight in front of them, and they used to bet money. You know what I'm saying? On who would win, things like that, man. We used to do all type of things, man. Dancing for them, like we used to do all that nonsense because they viewed us as entertaining physical specimens. You know what I'm saying? We have physiques that they wish they had, so they used to marvel at watching us compete. You know what I'm saying? And do things that involved us using that physical force. Hence, entertainers. You know what I'm saying? They love that. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't have the physical features that we have. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have the stamina, the natural muscle. Like they got to take steroids. They got to do things to get how we build naturally for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So they was just having us fight, having us dance, having us do all type of nonsense, man. And they just getting a kick out of it. That's where all of that stuff stems from and started. John, like he know he being you. He been programmed, probably been programmed so early. It's just like right now, it's just subconscious program. We didn't seen that a lot with some of these entertainers. And a lot of them, it doesn't end well. You know what I'm saying? When some of these entertainers are programmed so young, like when they start trying to disconnect from the industry, it's almost like some of them don't even make it. But it started getting rough for them, man. Some of these people that came into this industry at a real young age and were programmed since they were youngest, man, it's like they almost start having breakdowns once they really realize what's going on. You know what I'm saying? They might get to about 20, 30. They didn't serve their purpose. They didn't made the industry all this money. And now they like 25 and 30. And the industry is like, it's no longer a purpose for you. See, we wanted you when you was little. You know what I'm saying? We wanted to impact the youth. And we wanted to use you for that. Now you too old. You don't serve a purpose. Once they start realizing that's the reality, then it's like, dad. Like people start going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Weird stuff start happening to these individuals, man, because they serve their purpose. They misled the youth. Now they done got up age. So now they can no longer serve a purpose. They got to get the next young person to do that. And now it's like they start to realize that truth and it breaks them down. It breaks them down. So we done seen that happen with a lot of young people. A lot of young people. Black Nitro for sure. Oh, John, for sure. Yeah, they now getting blackballed, they definitely get blackballed. You know what I'm saying? Listen, what they say, shut up and dribble. You know what I'm saying? You better just shut up and dribble. We already see what's happening with Kyrie Irving. You know what I'm saying? You better just shut up and dribble. Shut up and dribble. Shut up and dribble. You better not start talking about things that's important out here. Shut up and dribble. Throw that football. Like, you better not take a stand. Don't be no Muhammad Ali out here. You know what I'm saying? Don't have morals and principles. Don't have things that you stand for. You can't have that out here. Shut up and dribble. Shut up and dribble. Shut up and box. Shut up and throw that football. Shut up and get tackled. Shut up and hit the baseball. Things along those lines. But when you start speaking out, they try to make an example out of you. They try to make an example out of you, man. When you start to speak out, man, you supposed to be an athlete. You supposed to be an entertainer, not a politician. You know what I'm saying? Not a well-educated individual, not an intelligent black man. You're not supposed to be any of that. You supposed to be an entertainer. You supposed to be an athlete. That's it. And you got some people that's okay with that. You got some people that's okay with being placed in that box. You know what I'm saying? Because I was an athlete back in high school and partially in college, man. It's like, yeah, that's the stigma that's attached to you. You're just a dumb jock. You know what I'm saying? Just shut up and play ball. Just shut up and play ball. Like, some of them are actually wise. Some of them are actually intelligent. You know what I'm saying? I play football. You know what I'm saying? Some of us are actually intelligent. We not all just dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not that. Forget all that nonsense, man. Some of us are very intelligent, and we can speak on a lot of things. We can speak on a lot of things, not just football. You know what I'm saying? So you're not going to place us all in that box. Black Nitro. And that's one of the reasons why I be getting so amped. Now, again, I already know I don't expect every athlete, every entertainer, you know what I'm saying, every so-called celebrity to be Malcolm X, to be Huey Newton. But it's like, come on, man. It's like when you see the condition of your people as a whole, man, I know y'all see it, man. I know these people see it. They be on the same platforms that we be on. I don't care how famous they are, man. These famous people be scrolling on Instagram, be scrolling through YouTube and Facebook just like we do. They be doing this, man. So they see the condition of their people, man. When you see this, man, you should at least acknowledge it, man. Acknowledge that you see what's going on, man. Acknowledge it. You know what I'm saying? Say something. I'm not saying that you got to be Malcolm X out here, man, but acknowledge the condition of your people, man. Acknowledge that you see what's going on. You don't understand with the influence that a lot of these cats have, man. They can make major changes by simply posting a book. You know what I'm saying? Like, if LeBron James said, you know what, I'm gonna post the autobiography of Malcolm X. Do you know how many people will go buy that book or the message to the black man in America? If LeBron James just posted a book, listen, LeBron James is the reason why certain art, like that T Grizzly dude. When LeBron James was in the locker room rapping his song, the dude T Grizzly came out and said that first day out song, he's like, the streams, the number of streams, it went up crazy, a crazy percentage, simply by LeBron James just rapping that song in the locker room. So just imagine if LeBron James just posted a book, how many people will go get the book? If LeBron James just said, her message to the black man in America, and ain't say nothing, just posted the book, how many people will go get that book? You would be a fool to think the sales of that book would not skyrocket if LeBron James just posted it. You'd be a fool. Be a fool. People gonna go get that book. Oh, LeBron James read that book? Let me go get it. Let me go get it. I guarantee you. Man, LeBron James posted half the books I be posting, the world would be a different place. Just like when he rapping T Grizzly and that increases his streams. You post a book, that's going to increase the sales of the book. That's going to get the information out. You ain't got to talk like your Malcolm X, LeBron, but just read a book and post the book. How you afraid to get criminalized for that? Like, man, you just posted a book. You ain't said nothing. You ain't said you agree with the book. You know what I'm saying? You can't be afraid, like you posted a book. Whatever type of backlash that comes from that, that's on other people. You just posted a book. You ain't said nothing, just posted a book and told people to get the book. That's it. That's it. John, for sure. Yeah, when they talk about stocks, when they talk about crypto, when they talk about all of this, it has an influence. It has an impact on the outcome. So again, we can do the same thing with knowledge. We can do the same thing with knowledge. Man, these dudes read books, posted these books, be game changers, man. Game changers. Game changers. game changers, man. I mean, it games, especially when you get to the level of LeBron. The reason why I'm mentioning LeBron, just think of all the money that LeBron has. You are LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? So we could talk about things like sponsorships and whatnot, but you are LeBron James. Off of your name alone, there's no way that you're going to possibly ever be broke at this point in your career. Like LeBron is at the tail end of his career. If anything, his son might mess around. Like, listen, LeBron James, just off his name alone, I don't care what that man posts. His name is LeBron James. He's not going to be broke. He's not going to be broke. LeBron James' name, it holds too much weight. Holds too much weight for that man to be in any type of fear of any type of consequence that would stem from him posting something. Now, if you like a lower tier athlete, then maybe possibly so. But when you somebody like LeBron James, just off of your name alone, there is no possible way. Just your name alone will keep you wealthy for the rest of your life. Just like Michael Jordan, your name alone will keep you wealthy for the rest of your life, no matter what you stand for. No matter what you stand for. It's like Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump can say whatever he wants to say, but Donald Trump ain't gonna die broke. Michael Jordan, as a black, you are Michael Jordan. Your name holds so much weight, it's ridiculous. If you came out here and just posted one book by Elijah Muhammad, it is not going to kill your bottom line because you are Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? You are LeBron James. That's who you are. Your name holds a lot of weight. You have more leverage than you know. Justin, for sure. That's why they're not making the move, because they got more leverage. These companies need them. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think about the influence that LeBron has. And why I say what I say. See, we worried about sponsorships. Think about the influence, though. You know what I'm saying? If you LeBron James and you start posting things and you start speaking the truth, then the younger athletes may follow suit. You may get people like Ja Morant, Zion Williamson, all these younger athletes, and they be like, well, Dad, LeBron posted this book about Black economic empowerment. He lost his sponsorship. I support LeBron James. Then you get all these other athletes to support you because you are LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? And you made the move. You sacrificed everything, and now they backing you. Now they supporting you. It's a lot of money. All the superstars are now following you. They supporting you. That's putting a lot of pressure on the Nikes and all these other organizations. That's putting a lot of pressure on them. They're like, whoa, wait a minute. Now we didn't got rid of LeBron. We didn't got rid of Michael Jordan. And now all these other athletes, they tripping. Now they backing them. They supporting them. Hold up. Now we got to compromise. Oh, Black Nitro, man. Again, it's you know what I'm saying? It ain't necessarily, well, it's partially fear, but they don't want it, man. We again, materialism, man. We too caught up on a dollar bill that really is worthless. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that's what it is. They're gonna start talking about how they feed their family. They're gonna start talking about the money. So that's going to be their reasoning. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be their reasoning, man. But again, like I said, man, people are afraid to go against that status quo. They're afraid to so-called put their family's life in danger because they know if they start talking about certain things, they didn't see what happened to some people. So they're afraid of getting that type of energy. You know what I'm saying? Some of these dudes, man, they're afraid to be disliked by a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So if LeBron comes out and he posts a book about Elijah Muhammad, man, a lot of people gonna dislike dude. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people ain't gonna rock with dude if he start talking like that. You see what's happening to Kyrie Irving. You know what I'm saying? Some of these dudes, they don't want to receive that energy. They want to be liked. They want to be liked and they want to make this money. You know what I'm saying? Because we a money hungry society. So they don't want to risk it like that, man. They don't want to risk it like that. And these people, when you are LeBron, man, they definitely done made some threats to you. They done let you know that, hey, if you don't sign this type of deal, if you don't rock this type of way, this is what will happen to you and your family. And they didn't instill that fear in them. And that fear gets the best of a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? That fear gets the best of a lot of people. That fear definitely gets the best of a lot of people, man. Even those athletes, man. Because again, like I said, the easy thing, like we say, man, they should start their own league. They should do their own thing. Like that's very like on the surface, like, man, why they don't do that? But it's like, man, they don't want to put in that work. They didn't let the fear that they instilled in them get the best of them. I'm telling you, Justin. Telling you, man. I mean, listen, everybody want to talking about sex, and that's sparking conversation, that's sparking debate. Just posting a book can do the same thing. Posting a book. Dudes out here afraid to post books, man. They're afraid to post what they read. They're afraid. They're afraid to let you know they're reading about Amos Wilson. You know what I'm saying? Huey Newton, George Jackson. You know what I'm saying? They're afraid to let you know that. Khalid Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Ben, John Henry Clark, Leonard Jeffries. Like, they're afraid to say they studying these individuals. They're afraid. You know what I'm saying? A basketball player, David West. If y'all know David West, I remember when Dr. Ben died, they say David West paid for the funeral. Oh, wow, you never knew this dude was studying no Dr. Ben. You know what I'm saying? It's like that, David West, man. If you just went out and told people that you was studying Dr. Ben or posted some books, you might have changed the game. Might have changed the game. Wise approvals for sure, 100%, man. Going right to the lessons on them. I made a video about that. I made a video about that. Definitely planted that fear in them when they was little boys, man. Again, it definitely goes right into the lessons, man. Right into the lessons. Right into the lessons. Like 136 on them, like right into them. You know what I'm saying? But that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. And a lot of people, we don't break the fear that was implanted in us as little boys, as youngins. Yeah, Kuma, he crossed him off the court, and they really trying to make an example out of him. You know what I'm saying? When at the end of the day, we really seeing like the Brooklyn Nets, like they not looking so good because they don't have dude. So Kyrie, like, yeah, y'all need me on this court, man. But hey, I ain't folding. I ain't folding. You know what I'm saying? I'm not folding. I hope he never folds. You know what I'm saying? Let Brooklyn be trash. Let Brooklyn not win because of dude. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna wish the Jab mandate was different then. I bet you all them Brooklyn fans, once they start losing, you gonna see how the hypocrisy sets in. When Brooklyn start doing all this losing, and when they realize they need Kyrie to win, they gonna say that Jab mandate is stupid then. Like, man, just change the Jab mandate, man. Let that man play. When it comes to their team, their sports team winning, they gonna wish that mandate was totally different. Man, let them play. Let them rock. Let them rock. Let them play. Come on now. We need Kyrie. Let them win. They gonna wish the mandate was different then. Right now, it's Kyrie stupid. Kyrie's selfish. Then a minute's gonna be like, man, we need Kyrie, man. So hey, man, we just let this dude play. Black Nitro. That's essentially what I'm saying. If anybody just stood behind Kyrie that had a significant name, anybody just stood behind Kyrie. Just imagine. Listen, just imagine if the 3 stars for Brooklyn did the same thing. They supposed to be brothers. Just imagine if Kevin Durant and James Harden did what Kyrie did and supported their brother, and they all just didn't play. Just imagine what they would have did. Just imagine if Kevin Durant and James Harden was like, hey, if my brother not playing, I'm not playing. We in this thing together. Just imagine if they did that. Just imagine. Just imagine if them two. Just imagine them two. They stood out. Our clock's in for sure. I ain't even did the knowledge of that. Let me see. I'm gonna have to do the knowledge of that one. Mayweather stand behind Kyrie. I'm gonna have to do the knowledge. But you know that ain't gonna make it any better though. You know how the public already views Mayweather, so him standing behind Kyrie gonna make people even more upset about it because they already don't like Mayweather. So they're gonna like, see, look at that Mayweather standing behind him. So they not gonna like it just off of the strength of his Mayweather standing behind him. Yeah, Kuma, they lost some for me. So yeah, I gotta do the knowledge to Mayweather though. You already know though. Just off of the strength of it being Mayweather, they're gonna be like, ooh, we don't like Mayweather, this, that, and the third. They gonna bring up all type of the history of Mayweather and this, and it just ain't gonna look good. But hey, whatever. Black Nitro is crazy because some of these other athletes really don't have anything to lose when you think about it. For sure, you got to make that sacrifice. Like, listen, if the money some of these dudes made, bro, they can't. If they can't sit out a season, then they just mismanage their money. You know what I'm saying? If you Kevin Durant, James Harden, and you LeBron James, you can't afford to like sit out this season because of some nonsense. Like you just all the money that y'all done made. Yeah, bro, I saw that. Now I saw they was mad at Mayweather for not taking that pic with the dude with the painted nails. I saw that. And I ain't taking no pic with a dude with painted nails neither. I ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't what are you taking a pic for? Taking no pic with you, fam. Like I don't like taking pictures anyway. But I definitely saw that, man. I definitely saw that. They get mad at Mayweather for sneezing the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, man, if there was any ounce of like brotherhood in the league, man, if these dudes just really supported one another on that type of time, like it'd be some game changers, man. You could really force their hand because for real, at the end of the day, let's be honest, this mandate is a bunch of BS, man. I get it, man. Let everybody make the decision that they want to make, but they not allowing people to make an informed decision because they are deleting one side of the paradigm. You know what I'm saying? They're not allowing people to see the other side. So they're not allowing people to make an informed decision. They forcing people to make the decision that they want to make. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like this mandate is just stupid, man. It's something that's being forced upon us. And I don't feel like that's fair. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things that Kyrie is talking about is really not fair. If it was fair, then they would allow both sides to be on the internet openly expressing themselves and equally expressing themselves, but they're not doing that. And they're not doing it for a reason. So if you're not going to allow both sides to be able to present their case and allow people to make educated and informed decisions based on both sides being able to present their stances, then it's nonsense. It's foul play. It's foul play, and I don't fool with anything like that, man. I don't fool with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't fool with anything along those lines, man, at the end of the day. But y'all, man, with that being said, man, I gotta make my move. I gotta head on up to this gym. I got a few sessions, few clients. I may jump back on this joint later on today if I have a little time in between my classes and my other clients. So if I get back on, it'll probably be in an hour or two, man, because I still got some things I want to tap into. If not, I'm gonna try to tap in with y'all possibly tomorrow. If not, I'll be back in this thing Monday. So y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Friday. Be on the lookout in about an hour or two. If not, y'all enjoy y'all weekend as well. But I'm out. Peace.